Can I get you to state your name and what you did on Troy Justice?
I'm Seymour Watson Grant. I'm the director of the project, so to speak, or the director of the video. I'm also what we call director of photography, pretty much camera operator as well.
My name's Louis Bergen and I played Amos Troy in Troy Justice.
I'm Ariana Tysinger and I played Jessica Tracy on Troy Justice.
My name is Phil Johnson and I play Mason Troy.
My name is Brittany Exum. In Troy Justice, I played Dr. Patricia Weldon.
My name is William Wilburn and I was in fact the captain on the show.
I'm Trisha Williamson. I'm the producer on Troy Justice. I wasn't originally in the group, but I was brought into the group because I can organize things.
Where did the idea for Troy Justice come from?
There were four of us just pretty much brainstorming, you know, trying to get some ideas of a production that we needed to have completed. And I remember, I know I wanted to do something dramatic or some sort of drama. And then Philip, you know, was a really creepy guy. You know, he wanted to put something that as I said, he's a creepy guy. So he wanted to put some really creepy stuff into the whole project. So I'm like, you know, he wants to be a serial killer. So I'm like, hey, that's cool. So therefore, that coming together of the drama with the killing and whatever, we just, you know, we decided on a detective murder drama with a serial killer, you know, who's really wreaking havoc on the neighborhood.
Troy Justice came about, it was the director Seymour, myself, Bill Wilburn, and Josh Kendall were trying to come up with an idea for a television show. And Seymour wanted to do a mystery cop drama type thing. And I felt that the market was a bit saturated for that, so I wanted to make this show a little different. So I decided to make the villain sinister, sadistic, I guess, and give it that little edge above the rest of the regular just murder shows.
The idea for Troy Justice came about when the brain trust of Josh Kendall, myself, Phil, and Seymour Watson Grant got together and needed to do a final project for a programming class, and we all wanted to. Seymour, Josh, and myself, we'd already done a comedy, and we kind of wanted to get away from that. We felt like comedies were a little bit easier because if you mess up, then it's supposed to be funny anyway. And we didn't want to be scared of that. We wanted to, you know, try to put it out there and do something harder that if we mess up, people know they really messed up, and you know, kind of put it on the line a little bit. And so we got the brainstorming, and I think mainly Phil and Seymour came up with the actual nuts and bolts of it, as far as it being cop drama, it being, you know, and then we all kind of threw in ideas about different ways to do this or ways to do that, and it ended up as Troy Justice.
It has a lot of elements to it that I think that not a lot of shows have. There's a thriller element to it, there's a lot of horror elements to it, and that's just something that you don't see on television nowadays. Television now either relies too much on the drama part or over-the-top gore, like on shows like CSI, and Troy Justice doesn't really use either one of those. It uses natural fear to withdraw that emotion out of the viewer.
What was it like working on Troy Justice?
It was much more work than I ever thought it would be. I thought, you know, I'll go on there, we'll shoot a couple of days, but then we ended up with a 13-hour day and an 8-hour day and another day where I wasn't there, but everybody worked, I think, 5 or 6 hours. So it was good, but it was a lot of work.
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I realized how much work is involved, and you know, everyone that's involved. It's not an actor thing. There's a lot of behind the scenes, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, like, whenever you'd go in between takes, it would just be constant joking and laughing, but then it gets serious whenever you're getting back to work, so it was kind of a focused environment, but it was still fun at the same time.
It was something different. It was something I've never experienced before, but I really enjoyed it. I will admit, at first I was very, very nervous, but once we went through the lines a couple of times, I got used to it and I got comfortable, and it was just actually really fun.
Well, I've worked with Seymour before, and so I kind of knew what the whole filming process would be. I had some things where I wasn't able to be there as much as I would like to have been. But when I was there, like, I kind of knew it would be, I mean, it does get tedious for anybody who's ever, you know, filmed TV shows or a fictional TV show, especially. I think it's a lot more tedious than people realize. There's a lot of, I mean, people talk about hurry up and wait. It is a lot of that, because you got, you know, you do one shot, say a line, get the shot, and then you move to, you know, move all the cameras and all the, or, you know, move all the lights or something like that. And it does take a lot of time, but it was a lot of fun also.
That was a lot of fun, man. It was a ball. I had a lot of good people to work with, and they were really easy to work with, and it felt more like fun than work, and that's always good when it comes to doing something like this. So,
can you tell us a little bit about your character, Amos?
Well, Amos is a highly decorated detective. He's pretty much seen it all, and this is a little puzzling for Amos. It appears that it's people that he knows that are dying, so most likely it's someone that has something against Amos Troy.
Jessica is a new detective on the whole team, and she's trying to be very professional the entire time, but her co-partner is, you know, crazy.
Dr. Weldon's character, she's very passionate about what she does, but at the same time, she's been doing this for a while, so certain things don't really shock her.
Mason is a guy who is tired of living in his older brother's shadows. His entire life, he's kind of emulated his brother and the things that he's done, but now he thinks that, you know, now he feels it's his time to kind of be his own person and do his own thing. So.
Have you ever worked on anything like this before?
No, I haven't actually shot like a drama or anything like that. Most of the stuff that I've done has been, you know, news profiles of people. So you don't have to worry about the script and the props and continuity or anything like that. You just, you know, you worry about, is the person getting their point across? So it was actually a really good learning experience to do something like this.
Well, I've been acting for 9 years, and I've only been acting for TV film once, and going from the stage where you have to be like overly expressive and big, going down to like being natural and serious, it's a lot more fun, but it's still kind of hard to adjust.
What do you hope the viewers get out of Troy Justice?
I really hope that they will be entertained. One, they will be able to, you know, the storyline itself would keep them interested, you know, because we're thinking of all of that mystery, not knowing what to expect, you know, from episode to episode. So I think because of this, you know, I'm thinking that they'll be coming back to watch each episode. You know, they'll be interested in, you know, seeing what happens next. So I'm thinking the drama, the suspense will have them coming back.
I like the fact that it's not individual stories every day. It's all stories of a bigger whole, basically. There's this killer that they're trying to get, and but that's the constant plot, and things obviously happen to you know, make it an interesting show, but the whole season will be that one plot, and I think that's cool. And a lot of cop dramas, it's like, oh well, the dog killer, you know, whatever, and they go chase down the dog killer, and then Grisham interviews him or something. And I think with Troy Justice, it's a little bit different than that. I think it's something that people can actually, you know, follow. Like, when you hear people talk about like shows like The Wire or Sons of Anarchy, or, you know, these series that have these huge followings, they talk about it because they have those long plot lines. And I think that's what I hope that people get from Troy Justice. They can follow it for a long time and you know, stick with one plot line. And I think it'll appeal to people. I think they'll like it once they see it.
My name's Louis Bergen. Hold on.
You sound like Beaker from the Muppets. What was the question?
Give us a quick overview.
It's take. Huh? So, nah, that make me look cool. I'm sorry, I'm just one.
I am the behind the scenes. I like it.
She's the behind the scenes.
Phil.
Okay. What's your name and who are you on?
Nice. Nice.
All right, let's start over. That's good practice. Let's run for that.